Hey, what's going on, everybody? Thank you all for joining me at this time. My name is Shavi Zain, and I'm coming on to bring a quick message for the chosen. If you find that this resonates with you in any way, please be sure to like, subscribe, leave a comment below, and let us know how it resonates with your circumstance. Also, happy Mother's Day to those of you who celebrate Mother's Day. For me, every day is Mother's Day. Every day is Father's Day. If you are operating as in with that role towards anyone in your life, whether it's biological or otherwise. So shout out to all of you. So I wanted to talk to you all about a dream that I had last night. It was very brief. I was walking alongside a ledge, and I was holding a basketball in my hand. It was myself and a few other people. And on the left side of the ledge, there was a huge hotel. And on the right side of the ledge, there was nothing but waterfalls, mountains. And if you look down, you would be able to see just how high up you really were. And so as I was walking along this ledge, I was very nervous and I was like, oh my goodness, it's so beautiful over there, but I do not want to look because the only way to get into this hotel was to walk this ledge because it gave the best view. So I had this basketball in my hand and I'm like, okay, let me just drop this basketball because I'm not going to be able to stay balanced or focused if I'm trying to worry about carrying this ball and walking this ledge. So I just released the ball. It fell. I didn't even look to see where it fell, how far it fell. I didn't want to look down. So I kept going until we got to the area where our room was located. We had to actually climb through the window to get into the room. But once I got in there, I looked outside of the window and it was breathtaking. It was so beautiful. And I remember telling the other people that I was with, like, I'm so glad that we actually did this because I have never seen a view like this in my life. And we were all just in awe of what we were seeing. And then I woke up. So I really feel that for the chosen, this is showing that there's risk that you're being called to take here. And these risks are not the most comfortable, okay? It's definitely taking you outside of your comfort zone and it's a little scary. But it's worth it. Whatever you're being called to do, whatever sacrifices you're being called to make, it's worth it. And you might question yourself. You might doubt yourself. You might, even wonder like, what would happen if I fail? What would happen if I fall? But you don't want to have that mindset of the worst case scenario. Now consider I was holding a basketball when I initially started walking the ledge. And for me, that basketball represents whatever it is that the chosen seed could be holding on to that could be just dead weight, just an extra thing to carry that's not even necessary for the journey. Because consider, I wasn't going to a basketball court. I'm headed to a room. So what do I need a basketball for? So it's almost like giving yourself permission to just release those things that have no direct impact in a positive way on your journey. And when I released it, I just released it and let it fall. I did not care where it fell, how it landed. I wasn't concerned about taking it with me. And I definitely did not allow myself to allow it to be a distraction because, I could have dropped the ball and said, okay, well, now let me see how far it's going to fall or where it's going to land. I didn't even look down to figure that out. I just knew it was falling and it was going to figure itself out because I had other things that I needed to be focused on. And so whether that's people, places, things, whatever that ball represents for you, when you release it, you don't want to be overly concerned about what's going to happen with that thing once you let it go. That thing is going to handle itself. You're being called to keep your attention and your focus directed on your goals, your plans. Where are you headed? And so also consider the ball. When I dropped that ball, it was going to be fine because the ball had no life. It's not like it was a human being that I had to release, even though consider if the ball for you represents a person and you release them, they're going to land exactly where they belong. And they could take some hard hits along the way. Definitely, they could take some hard hits along the way, or they can land exactly where they need to be. It really just depends on how resistant they are to being let go of, or are they just going to go with the flow of change and accept that you have redirected your focus towards something else, someone else, or are they going to resist it? Okay, so that ball, it could have took a lot of hits going down depending on what's being released, but it doesn't matter because it's not up to you to be worried about what's going to happen with that thing. The Most High Mother and Father has all of that in alignment and established. But consider also that once I released it and I got focused, it took me exactly where I needed to be, and the view was breathtaking. So the view represents the amount of growth, you evolving higher to be able to see things from a higher perspective. And from that vantage point, everything begins to make sense. The journey makes sense. The releasing makes sense. And now you get to relish in the beauty of how far you've come. You get to take all of that in. You get to be at peace. No more concern about how something is going to affect you. But now you get to see like, man, it was all worth it. It was all worth the risk. It was worth the sacrifice. It was worth even stepping out on faith and not being overly concerned with fear. It was worth all of that. And so just know y'all got some beautiful places that your path is taking you to, because that dream, it was a very clear dream. And it could have been one of those things like walking along that ledge. I could have gotten so afraid that I knocked my damn self off the ledge. You know how sometimes you just get so afraid. It's like, what if I tumble over? What if I lose my balance and trip up? It's over with. And you can literally make that happen for yourself because you're so concerned about the worst case scenario. But in that dream, I was only focused on getting to the destination, not being concerned about the negative what ifs, but being more concerned about the positives of where the path was taking me. So I just feel like that was encouragement for somebody out there to keep going, give yourself permission to release any and everything that could be a hindrance to your path, or that could throw off your balance, or that could be a distraction to you, or that's just unnecessary dead weight that you don't need to carry with you because it does not serve you on the journey anymore. And give yourself permission to enjoy where you are headed, because it's taking you to great places. It's taking you to great heights. And it's not just going to be you, because I was there actually enjoying that view with other people. It wasn't a lot of people, but there were others who had also taken the journey with me. And so I feel like the release could be representing people who are not supposed to go with you because they're not courageous enough to take the journey. They're not willing to drop the dead weight. They're too busy trying to take everything and everybody and all old belief systems with them. And so they would have been very fearful, or they would have been inciting fear towards those of us who was focused on the journey. So it's like the people that are going to go with you are the ones who have also been confident and courageous enough to take risk in life, to step outside of their comfort zone, and to give themselves permission to be light enough in their energy to rise higher. So I hope this message brought you all some clarity and some encouragement. If you find that it resonates, or if you have anything to add to the dream that I had, feel free to leave it in the comments below, like and subscribe, and I'll talk to you all next time.